All right, I think we're live. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll find out. If we're not, this will be a recording that you guys will see later. We're going to be putting together a Pyle universal. Yeah, Pyle. That didn't sound right, but it is from Pyle. It's a universal device stand, and I can show you the little picture here. What this is, the reason I picked this up is I'm looking for an inexpensive little stand to use with projectors. And I have a couple that are about $125 that I've been using with my projectors, and one of them broke. And it's like, okay, so I wanted to go and try a couple of them out. So I got a couple in, and this is the Pyle version. I'll put it together and show you exactly what it's like and such, and then I think you guys will come to probably the same conclusion I did with this, but we're going to do this, and we're going to do this live. This is going out on YouTube and Facebook live right now, so I want to go and see, because I'm going to be actually following the stream on Facebook. So if there's some comments and such, actually just a second, I am going to try to, there we go, just so I can see the Facebook side of it. So what this is our little projector stand. There's our top. It's got a nice little textured surface on it. Price-wise, by the way, these are about 25 bucks. So I've got to move a window here so I can see what you guys are seeing. Okay, so there's our little textured top. Then we've got some mounting clamps here. I'll open these up. So for those of you who have a spouse who's always concerned about you going and buying things, this is your way to check out a Pyle projector stand without having to buy it. You can say, honey, I'm doing some research to save us money. Because either it's going to be one of these things you look at and say, great, for 25 bucks, I'll buy a couple. Or you'll say, yeah, it wasn't worth the money. And that's your decision. I'm going to show you and put it all together. They've got the little mounting clamps. Have got a nice little bolt wing nut system. But kind of nice is that they're using a tapered bolt that fits into the top nicely. And everything's flush. So they did a nice job with that. I was very happy with that. And then we've got the last part here is our stand and legs. Now they've got the, this is the PLPTS2. They have the S3 and the S4. Basically the biggest difference is the height that you can get out of these. This particular one I think can go from 16 inches to 28 inches, which is what I need for my application. So that's why the stands that I have, I've got these and I've got two other stands. That's why they're all shorter stands. But you have your little tripod here, and there you go, you guys can see it. And then we've got this little piece, what do they call this? The extension arm up here on the top. The extension arm has, of course, a little hand nut here that kind of sets and locks it in, and we have a nice little pin that can go through, so it kind of locks it all together. So yeah, let's just put this guy together and give you an idea of what it can and cannot do. Now, for those of you who are watching this video and you've never seen anything that we do here at the Disc Jockey News, we've got programming that we do Monday nights and Tuesday nights are our big nights here at the Disc Jockey News. We have Monday night, generally we do 4 shows on Monday nights. And on those 4 shows, we're going to be talking everything DJ. We're going to be talking wedding stuff, music stuff a little bit, news, sales, marketing. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, go to djntv.com and you're going to find a lot of cool stuff there. If you have watched some of our stuff in the past and you like what we do, I encourage you to go check out the DJNTV Insider area. Some people were asking about that again the other day, and the Insider area is an area in which you can kind of join up with us and help with the whole process of helping to keep this educational content going and doing the different things. Because if you guys get a chance to check out some of the little comments and such that are down in the sections down below our videos, you're going to see people from all over the world who watch the videos that we do, especially a lot of the educational music and tips and things such as that. And they're watching these videos and learning to, in some extent, this is the only way that they're going to get some education in the DJ industry, because conferences don't exist. You're not going to get magazines sent or newspapers sent. Yeah, they can read them on. People can read things online, but it's just not the same. So becoming part of the Insider is kind of a way to help continue to have that education provided for those that can't get to these other places, so it helps the industry grow. Okay, when the extension arm, when you put it in here, there's probably better ways to do it. I didn't want to take this mounting clamp apart. I'll show you this mounting clamp a little bit closer here. What it is a little, basically, you've got a couple of springs. You can tighten up these little hand nuts, and this will put pressure on the extension arm. The extension arm has kind of a little rubber gaskety thing, for lack of a better way to describe it, and that locks into this little clamp right here. Now, you could take this apart and slide it in, but I found that I put one together and slid it in, and then the other one I didn't put both sides in yet, so I can put that together. Then I can put the nut, or the bolt and the nut together. It just makes it a little bit easier, because this is the second one I've assembled. First one I did the other day, and now we have that. This particular one, it has a wing nut on it, and then it has a Phillips screwdriver. Some of you have seen some of my videos where I have all these cool cordless drills and different things. Yeah, I wouldn't use that because that would only make some sense, so I'm going to use this old-fashioned thing. Because, I mean, I probably have one of them sitting just on the other side of the camera. You know how it is when you're in a hurry. So we'll get this all tightened up. So Tuesday night, getting back to our shows, weekly shows. Tuesday night is our music night where Brian, Red, and I start talking music, and sometimes we talk music throughout the whole night. But the second half hour of our show, or the second section, I say half hour. This past week, that second was, goodness, almost an hour long. But the second session is kind of a Q&A time. And we've been getting some great questions sent in and such with that. This past week, last night, we did 10 wedding-related questions. Well, I think I've got 15 questions ready for next week, which we're not going to be able to do all 15. 10 it was a great show, though, and we had a lot of good discussion. If you guys are available on a Tuesday night, you got to check that out at DJN TV. We have the links and such there, and go to our Facebook pages. We'll have them there, or subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then you'll get notifications. But the show is really kind of a cool thing because we have our discussions, and then we've got a chat room full of people who are sharing and discussing and asking questions. It's just really kind of a cool time. And some of the best things are when we have a question and we kind of tangent off a question, and we can really get into some pretty cool stuff. So, okay, so I've got the top now. You might have noticed that the way this works is you've got the extension arm, and when you loosen these up, the extension arm will allow this to fold pretty much flat for easy transport. I kind of like that. But it's all just basically a friction fit system here. Now this is where I was kind of getting a little bit weirded out, we'll call it. So we snug these up, fingertips snug. I don't want to go too much because I'm sure that there could be some damage to that. Here's a second thing that I'm not overly excited about, is that I think I'm gonna have to go get some silicone, the graphite thing, because these little guys are just really tight. And I'm sure I'm going to slice a finger off if I'm really torquing on this too much. So, yeah, there we go. The footprint is probably a 18-inch diameter, so it's not as big as a speaker stand by any means, but that's what it is. And then we would slide. I'm going to have to move you guys so you can see this. We'll slide that down, and I'm going to tip the camera up just a little bit here so you guys can see that. There we are. Hopefully that is showing okay, and you guys can see that. So you basically, there isn't a level on this, and by the camera angle, it doesn't look level. It is fairly level from what I am seeing. We're just going to turn it. Yeah, it's fairly level. So you're kind of eyeballing it to get the level side of it. Once it's snugged up, I'm pulling on this quite a bit. I was concerned how that clamping system would hold for a projector to sit on there. I can pull on this quite a bit, and it's not going out of place. So as long as this isn't going to get knocked around, bumped into, because again, it's not a huge tripod. I mean, that's not a big base. I think it could handle a lot of projectors, the smaller projectors, not your big, 5 to 10,000 lumen projectors. It's not meant for that. But if you have a small projector that's maybe shooting a go up and a low trajectory is what you need, this could definitely work. Or if you've got a little quick screen, you've seen some of those that the different screen companies have, this definitely could work. And then when I'm done with it at the end of the night, I loosen up these little brackets, and I can tip it flat, and then I can loosen this up, and it probably is not going to fold up nicely. Oh, maybe it will now that it's moved once. And now I'll tip that camera back down a little bit so you guys can see. There it is. That's the amount of space it's going to take. So it's taking up a, let's call it a 2 foot by 16 inch area, maybe, if that. And there you are. That's what it's going to be for transportation. I'm going to move the camera one because it looks like it's tipping off the thing a little bit. So anyway, that is, again, this is the PLPTS2 utility or universal device stand. It could be used for projectors. It could be used for even some lights to put them at that 2 foot height around the room, whatever you wanted to do with it. So about $25 on Amazon. I'll put a link here in just a few minutes. I'll go grab that link and put that into the description so you guys can check this out. So anyway, hopefully if you're in the market for one of these and this could fit your bill, there you go. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News and Disc Jockey News TV. Thank you for watching, and we will catch you Monday night. We're going to be starting at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Monday night with the DJ and TV shows, and we'll see you then. Good night, everyone.